Welcome to Dollars and Decisions. Today, we're going to talk about what is probably the single most powerful skill in trading. And here's a hint. It has absolutely nothing to do with charts, indicators, or secret formulas. It's the one thing that separates the traders who struggle from the ones who are consistently profitable.
This quote just hits the nail on the head, doesn't it? It's almost never about a bad strategy or not being smart enough. The biggest trading accounts get blown up by one simple, powerful force: impatience. Because you have to remember, in the market, acting at the wrong time is exactly the same as being wrong. It doesn't matter how brilliant your idea was.
So what's at the root of this? Why is this such a widespread problem? Well, it all comes down to a deeply ingrained belief that most of us carry around. A belief that turns out to be incredibly expensive when you bring it into the world of trading.
Okay, now this is really interesting when you see it laid out side by side like this. In our day-to-day lives, we're taught that action equals progress. Being busy feels productive, but the market, it plays by a totally different set of rules. It couldn't care less how many trades you make. It only, and I mean only, rewards you for being right. And being right often means doing nothing at all until the perfect moment arrives.
Come on, let's be real with ourselves for a second. Have you ever been staring at the charts and you feel that itch, that little voice in your head that says, just click the button, get in the game, do something? Yeah, that feeling. That's usually the first big red flag that you're about to make a mistake you'll regret.
But here's the thing, that urge to act isn't some kind of personal character flaw. It's not you being broken. It's just human nature, and it's driven by some of our most powerful psychological triggers. So let's break down what's actually going on inside our brains, because if you can understand these triggers, you can start to master them.
And yep, here they are, the usual suspects. You've got FOMO, the fear of missing out, that terror of watching a stock rocket without you. You've got good old-fashioned greed, that voice screaming, I want to make money right now. Then there's just boredom, trying to make something happen when the market is quiet. And finally, anxiety, that deeply uncomfortable feeling that you're falling behind by just sitting on your hands. Every single one of these is pushing you to act before you should.
Okay, so if amateurs are constantly getting pushed around by these feelings, what do the pros do that's so different? Well, they literally flip this entire equation on its head. Their biggest advantage isn't some secret software. It's a disciplined, powerful system built entirely around the art of waiting.
And that leads to this essential piece of wisdom. A good trade, a properly executed trade, shouldn't feel like a trip to the casino. It's not an emotional roller coaster. When the setup is right, the decision feels clear, it feels logical, it almost feels quiet. Seriously, if you have to talk yourself into taking a trade, it's probably the wrong trade.
So, what exactly are these professionals waiting for? They're waiting for something called a high probability setup. Now, this isn't some kind of magic or voodoo. It's just a moment when all the pieces of the puzzle click into place. The trend is clear, the price is confirming it, the volume shows there's real conviction, and maybe most important of all, you know exactly where you're wrong if the trade goes against you.
All of this patience boils down to a very simple four-step process. It's so simple it's easy to overlook how powerful it is. First, you just observe. You watch a potential play start to form. Then comes the hardest part for most people. You wait. You let the market show you its hand. Then you look for confirmation, real, hard evidence, not just hope. And only then, as the very last step, do you execute.
This brings us to another huge idea: the critical difference between trading the story you've made up in your head and trading the cold, hard reality that's right there on your screen. You have got to burn this into your brain. You can come up with the most brilliant, compelling, logical story for why a stock should go up, but the market does not care about your story. It only pays for evidence.
This slide just lays it all out, crystal clear. The impatient brain, the storyteller, says, "Ooh, I think this stock is about to break out." The patient trader waits for the evidence and says, "Okay, the stock has broken out, and look at the volume confirming it." One is guessing, the other is reacting to facts. The market only pays for reacting.
All right, this brings us to our final and honestly most powerful mindset shift. This is about completely changing how you think about what it means to be in the market. This is it. This is the whole game. Sitting in cash, doing nothing, is not being on the sidelines. It is an active, strategic position. When you're waiting, you are actively protecting your money from bad ideas. You're protecting your mental clarity, and you are keeping yourself ready to pounce the moment a real A-plus opportunity actually shows up.
I absolutely love this metaphor because it's so perfect. Your trading capital is your ammunition. Every impatient trade you take is like firing a shot randomly into the dark. And when that clear, perfect target finally appears, you risk having nothing left in the clip. Patience keeps your powder dry for when it really, truly matters.
So I'll just leave you with this. The market isn't asking you to show up and punch the clock every single day. It's asking you to be ready, both financially and mentally, for those handful of moments that can make all the difference. The real question isn't whether you can spot a good trade. It's whether you have the discipline to wait for it. So, are you ready?
All right, I really hope that whole breakdown helps you head into your next trade with a lot more confidence. And hey, if it did, you know what to do. Make sure you hit that subscribe button because we're always dropping new strategies to help you navigate these markets.
You know, it's all part of our mission here, our big idea, helping you build your process so you can trade with total clarity.
Want to keep the ball rolling? Check out this video right over here. Until then, trade smart.